I'm in frickin' Greenland with no place to stay. The clothes I got on, very little money. I spent it all to get here. Okay, it's been a long summer and I find myself in a familiar predicament. I really enjoy my job, so when there's work to do, I just like to do it. But I build up a lot of vacation and comp time hours, and now it's time to use some of it up. Now if I stay in cell phone range, if anything breaks down, they're gonna call me and ask me to come and fix it. So I've been thinking of going on a backpacking trip. But I also really want to go back to Greenland. The money will be tight, but I have enough for a plane ticket and a really cheap Airbnb. If I spend a lot of time backpacking and fishing and just exploring nature, shouldn't cost a whole lot. And last but not least, to get my wife's blessing, I've agreed to spend a couple days with the in-laws before I go. First up is a pit stop in Utah.
Hello. Hi.
Pull it further away. Hey, who's that? Well, I was on my way to Greenland, but I got distracted by this place here that had nobody at the gate. They didn't charge any fees, so I just came in, found their stuff. It's pretty cool.
I know. Hello.
This is my scared face.
Okay, done.
Well, it's time to leave the pit stop in Utah, get on a plane, and head to a land that doesn't have tree houses like this one. It's hot here in Iceland. Fortunately, this is the last leg before I get back to Greenland. Already had a fly across Greenland. And now it's time to turn around and fly right back over it. Almost 1,000 years ago, Nordic explorers knew there was land over here. To reach it, they had to sail into an icy headwind. If they somehow made it through the minefield of icebergs, they were greeted with a coastline of rock and glaciers. Even in the summertime, the fjords are full of chunks of ice. And if they ventured inland, they found the endless sheet of ice. Every once in a while, a mountain peak is tall enough to poke through the ice sheet and provide clues of the immense terrain hidden beneath this blanket of white. After several hundred miles, western Greenland starts to emerge. The name Greenland was a message to Nordic people. There's a whole lot more to this island than the ice and rock on the eastern shore. This is the Greenland I've come to explore. By the time we make it to Nuuk, the only sign of the ice sheet is an occasional iceberg floating in the bay. I'm happy to see the weather is good here in Nuuk because I'm going to be camping. I'm arriving on a Saturday afternoon and everything except the crazy expensive hotel rooms are fully booked. The flight is late and we're landing right about sundown. This is going to require navigating with Google Earth and setting up my camp in the dark. Ah, shoot. I have no luggage. It wasn't on the plane. They just said they have nothing and come back in the morning. There's another plane coming and it'll be on that one. I got nothing. I got the clothes I have on, had one jacket in my bag. My carry-on was a drone, camera gear, and my laptop. I don't even have clean underwear. My only hope, Uyunwak and Mallet are the only people I even know here. I met them last time. I don't know. They said they would come and try to help me. So, I mean, I think I can always go back in the airport and sleep on the ground or something. We'll see what we can figure out. Hey, I found a place to stay. So, Uyunwak's mom has a spare bedroom she's gonna let me stay in. She was all pretty much packed up because she's moving to a smaller apartment without multiple floors the end of the week. So she cleared out some space and remade the bed, and I at least have a bed and a place to sleep. We also found a very limited selection of clothes at the only store that was still open late on a Saturday night. Got some boxers, and hopefully tomorrow I can get this whole thing back on track. It's not here. I'm in Greenland with no luggage. Well, I'm back to my temporary home. I think we have dinner. Some more family is here, but I'm not sure. I'm just going with the flow. Hello. How are you?
Hi. No. In Danish. You're supposed to say in English.
It's time to eat.
If you can talk in Danish, it's better for us because we can Danish a little bit too.
I what in the una po music
Where should I sit? Here? Over here?
Everywhere you want.
Yeah. Oh, this family is being so kind to me. Now the stores are open, they've given me a ride down here so I can buy a few more clothes. I don't want to, but it's time to put the credit cards to work. Well, all my bags are packed and it's time to go to the Airbnb. Honestly, I think I'd rather stay here. This has been amazing. It's only been 2 days, but sometimes, things just seem to click, and it's kind of like I have a mom in Greenland now. We don't even speak the same language, but somehow it just worked. But yeah, the Airbnb's paid in advance, and they've got to get her all packed up so she can move to a smaller place with a single level by the end of the week. So yeah, kind of amazing that for the 2 nights that I needed it, they just happened to have a spare bedroom for me. So things just sometimes happen. But the good news is she tells me I need to come back, and before I leave she wants to show me what's for dinner to make sure that I don't forget about her. Yeah, I'll never forget this. Well, my Airbnb is at the very far end of town, the last building in Nuuk. Perfect for exploring nature and being away from it all. Not quite as good for going to check on my luggage every day, but hopefully it arrives soon. I only plan on spending a few nights here and maybe going 3 or 4 nights at a time out backpacking, and this will just work as a place to drop my gear, get a shower, and wash up. Well, there are my clothes drying in the Greenlandair. They can't find my stuff at the airport. They don't have any tracking information. They're telling me nothing. But we're making the best of it. Well, I'm way out of town and I need some supplies. So I guess it's time to learn how to ride the bus.
3 hours later.
So the bus looks something like this. And on the inside, something like this. And I would just say, if a monster comes by and rips the top off, you better run if you don't want to be eaten. Are you cooking for dinner? What are you cooking? Ekalu?
This one.
Avocado.
Avocado and watermelon.
Watermelon. Ah, the fish.
Yeah. This name is Iqaluk.
Ekalu?
Yeah. In Greenlandic.
Okay.
Greenlandic shitty
Pizza san.
I'm settled in, I'm well fed. Now it's time to explore what's outside my back door. Well, I'm out here in the wilderness outside of Nuuk. Okay, I don't call this wilderness. Too close to town. But kind of a cool place to hike and adventure. If you're at Nuuk, I think you should try some of this. So this looks pretty scary from a distance, but they do have ropes. I don't know if you can see it down there, up there. So when you get to a difficult place to cross, you can find the ropes and use that to help climb. I'm pretty much alone, but I did find a lady up here that I think is picking crowberries. I tasted a few of them. They're still a little bit underripe for my taste. I think they'll be a lot sweeter in a few weeks, but that's just my guess. Here's the crowberries right there, little guy. So a little tart. Anyway, if you find yourself in Nuuk on either end of town and somewhere in the middle there's a mountain to climb, so maybe one of these days I will go out there and camp overnight for a night or two. Looks interesting, but for now I need to head back. I don't want to be out here too late. I think I will take that trail right there, up those rocks, over there, and back to town. And now we get a rope. See, hiking in Greenland's not so bad. Well, another day, another check for luggage. Oh, they're closed. Well, I'm down here at the docks. Uyunwak's a fisherman primarily, also a bit of a hunter, and you know, I don't want to be a complete freeloader, so hopefully I can help him out. But I'm also very curious in the sustainability of the hunting and fishing here, how they get food in the Arctic. So I got nothing better to do. We'll see what happens. Hello. Huh? Yeah. Oh. Well, I didn't film a lot because my hands were pretty full. Pretty smelly too out there, and didn't want to get a lot of gunk on all my gear. But I'm cleaned up and heading to dinner. I really don't think I've been doing the best job filming this, because I came here with a plan of what I was going to film, what it was going to look like, and how we're rewriting the script as we go, and I don't even know what's going to happen. I think tomorrow sounds like we might get to go fishing out in Uyunwak's boat, maybe seal hunting. I'm just along for the ride at this point. I kind of have no control over what happens.